What's up guys, it's Mike with Shallow Reefing, coming back at you with another video, and today, Hygger reached out to me again because they liked my review on their other wave pump, and they said, hey, look at our products, give us a shout out, let us know what you kind of want to review and see if it's a good product. So I looked on their website, saw a new pump that they have, and they sent me the Hygger Cross Flow. And this is a gyre style wave maker, which you already know I do like my J-Bows. So I'm going to be kind of looking at this, doing an unboxing, and comparing it to the J-Bow pumps. Now this is a very nicely designed pump, but does it hold up to the flow rates of the other pumps? And does the price point match the performance? We're going to find out. Alright, so when we open the box, we can see this is a 25 watt model. I kind of like how they put the wattage next to the serial number, the HG070-25w Gyre. So let's open it up. We've got our instructions. These come in two smaller models. This is the largest model for my reef tank. So you can see the smaller one, which is a single blade, and a double blade here, 12 watts and then 25 watts respectively. Open up, nicely packaged, just like all the other gyres that you've seen. A pretty snazzy controller, if you can kind of see that. Power supply, wall wart. You got the back of the magnet and the pump itself. This is actually pretty thin. I am kind of impressed how thin this is. Let's see. That's pretty sharp. I like it. Now this does say it's gonna hold on to 15 mil glass. I did let them know that I do have a 19 mil glass, so we will see. This does feel pretty dang strong, so I think it's gonna hold on to my glass. All right, so we got the box, the gyre pump, the back of the magnet, the instruction manual, the wall wart, power supply, and the controller, which you can slide in and out of here, which is a pretty snazzy feature. I do like that. And you also got your double-sided tape. All right, so this pump is definitely smaller than any of those gyres that I've had with the mass spec or the SCP from the J-Bow, but this pump is rated for up to 265 gallons, which pretty big tank, and it's pushing out 2,380 gallons per hour. Pretty specific on that, and it is pretty tiny comparative to other size gyres. So we're gonna see, is this gonna hold up on the tank, and how much is this going to push across the tank? You got one 72-inch cord and another 72-inch cord. So you got about 12 feet of length. So let's take this apart so you see how easy it is. They have two end caps on the sides, which you can just pop off on both sides. Then you just slide out their little hooks, very similar to other gyre pumps, just like that. They have these little rubber gaskets that go on the end pieces. You can pull those off, and then each side will pop off just like this. And you can see there's a little bearing in here, ceramic bearing, and this is where the impeller is. The gyre impeller that rotates the blades. So just kind of goes in like this and rotates. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple design, just like many other gyres on the market. So let's put this in the tank and see what it does now that I can put it back together. So looking at the profile in the tank, looks pretty dang good. Honestly, this is a nice compact gyre, and the magnet strength is punching above its weight class. It is much stronger than what they are saying it's rated for. This is 19 mil glass, and it says it only goes up to 15 mil, but this is pretty dang strong. You don't have to worry about this thing falling in your tank if you have 15 mil at all or less. So this pump only sticks out 2.5 inches, and it's 11 inches across. Pretty sleek on here. So let's get this pump set up and see what it's gonna push. The moment of truth, is this going to spark? Oh my gosh, no spark. All right, and the pump is on and it's full blast. You can see a lot of surface agitation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kick off all my other pumps, including the return, and we're gonna see just how much this is gonna be moving the water. Alright, so here's the gyre flow going across a 6-foot tank that's 30 inches wide. You can kind of see The water is rippling all the way across. Honestly, not too bad. This little pump's punching above its weight class, that's for sure. So right here I have an air pump that is pushing some air bubbles up through the gyre so you can kind of see the wave pattern. As you're seeing, it's going all the way across the tank, hitting the other side, bouncing down and around, and it's slowly coming back the other side. It has a pretty swift flow past the up to the 4 foot mark, and then after that it kind of slows down. So easily on a 4 foot tank, this is going to be great. 6 foot tank might be, needing to pair up a couple of these. It won't really be the greatest flow for, a 6 foot tank by itself, but if you paired 2 of these up, it'd be wonderful flow. So with the controller, you have the basic M1, which is a pulsing flow. You have M2, which is a sine wave flow. That's the one I like using. Right now I have it on M3, which is a constant mode. M4 is the variable mode. Some people call it else. And then M5 is when you have 2 of these paired up. Now, I do like how it can go up and down in little increments. So you got like 1% increments for the flow. You have your feed timer in the middle, and it's going to be a 10-minute feed timer, just like all the other pumps. You can pop it back on. And you can have different frequencies that you want to change it depending on the flow. And then you can have a nighttime flow where it would just cut it down to like 30% flow. So my only critique would be to have this be a backlit LED because it is kind of hard to see if you're in a dark spot. Alright, so who is this pump for? Is this for a full-blown 6 foot SPS reef where you need high flow? Definitely not. Is this a really good freshwater 6 foot pump that can give the freshwater planted aquariums or any type of predator tank a nice bit of flow? 100%. They don't need that high of flow. This is slightly slimmer than some competitors' pumps, but because it is a little bit smaller and has a smaller profile, you do get less flow. Bigger pumps have bigger flows. This is the biggest model, and it pushes out 2,380 gallons per hour, which is pretty good. I would say I would put this in a 4 foot reef tank, not a 6 foot reef tank, because it's definitely going to be a little bit better to have a wider flow for your corals. Now what I've done here is I've put it really close to this entire structure, so it's going to have a wide flow and not pummeling it like this Octopulse is right there. So if you need to get flow up and over something or give wide, gentle flow, this gyre pump is definitely for you. So for a direct comparison, this Hygger pump comes in at just under $100. And if you want to compare it to like an Ice Cap 2K pump, which pushes out 2,000 gallons per hour, that pump I believe is on sale right now for like $150, and it's normally closer to $200. So this would be a pretty sweet deal when you're comparing it to that. When you compare it to those J-Bow pumps in the back, it is very comparable to the SCP-90 version of that J-Bow pumps, with a little bit upgraded controller and a little bit easier to take apart. Alright guys, that's all I got for you this time. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, click the subscribe button, give me a like, give me a comment below, and let me know how you like this content. And as always, I will see you next time.
Bye. See you next time.
Subscribe, see you next time.